Hello people and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video I will take you through the process of how to edit a part from MagnatesMedia latest video. So first of all I will let you see the part that we will be working on and I will break it down for you later on.
Father gave him a job at his general store where all kinds of different goods were sold. But in this shop, prices were negotiable and people often trade.
So let's go ahead and analyze our video and see what assets we will be needing to recreate this video. So we know that we will be needing a store for our background. Then we will be needing a table right here. We will be needing a picture of a child dressed in vintage clothing. And to spice it up, we will need some arrows as you can see right here and some pictures of close-up products. And lastly, we will need this label price right here that we're gonna add at the end. So to actually get access to all our assets, I'm gonna use Leonardo AI, which is a very famous AI tool. And as you can see right here, I've typed a few prompts to get the result that I've been wanting. So here's my first research, a vintage store interior, Red Dead Redemption style, to get a vintage-ish looking store. So as you can see, we got this interesting one right here. We got this one right here that is very interesting as well. And as for the picture of our character, as you can see, I've typed in child in his 12-year-olds from the back wearing vintage clothes. And as for our last assets, which is a table in this case, I've just typed in vintage table without a background. And I've actually chosen this one that I've separated from its background. And to do that, it's really simple. You just have to hover over your image and click on remove background right here. You just give it a few seconds and then you're gonna click on it. And as you can see right here, you have the original image, and if you click on it, you have the no background image. There you go. So I'm gonna do the same with this image. I'm gonna click right here on remove background. And then I will be downloading all our assets. And as you can see, for our price tag, I created one manually using Photopea. So now that we are back on CAPCUT, what I'm gonna do is separate the audio from the background. So I'm gonna select our clip, right click and click on extract audio. And I will actually keep our clip as a reference for later. So let's start by importing our assets. So let's actually start by adding our background right here, which is the vintage store. I'm gonna make sure it fits the length of the video. Then I'm gonna import the table and slide it a little bit down right here. So I'm gonna actually play a little bit with the color of the table. So I'm gonna select it and go to adjustments and add a little bit of temperature and add a little bit of saturation as well. Now I'm gonna import our main character. I'm gonna bring our layer a little bit down and I'm gonna make sure to make it bigger. I'm gonna play with the colors of our layer right here. I'm gonna play with the temperature and I'm gonna reduce the saturation a little bit. As you can see, we've already got our main scene, which is this one right here. Obviously it is without animations yet. We're gonna start working on that later. What we're gonna do is already make it into a compound clip. So I'm gonna select all our layers and press Alt G. Select our compound clip right here and I'm gonna increase the scale. So 135 sounds good for me. So now we're gonna add this subtle animation from left to right. We will work on the zoom out a little bit later. So what I'm gonna do is go to the start of our video and make sure to bring it to the left. I'm gonna make sure that I'm at the start of our video and add a position and size keyframe. I'm gonna move a little bit forward and add a keyframe right here and drag our image to the center. And what I'm gonna do to smooth out our animation is right click on our layer and click on show keyframe animation. And I'm gonna go to our X position right here, click on this keyframe and press on auto curve. Then I'm gonna go and click again on our layer and click on hide keyframe. So let's see how it looks right now.
His father gave him a job at his general store where all kinds.
So from this position right here, from this keyframe, I'm gonna move a little bit forward and I'm gonna zoom out our layer. Okay, this sounds perfect and looks perfect to me. So I'm gonna again right click and go to show keyframe animation, and this time I'm gonna go to scale, click on our position, our keyframe right here, and go with auto curve as well. And let's see how it looks.
His father gave him a job at his general store where all kinds of different goods were sold. But in this shop, prices were.
So next step is that we're gonna add these arrows and these products right here. And to do that, I've actually imported this arrow PNG right here that you can find by joining our Discord. I'm gonna slide one right here I'm gonna scale it a little bit down. I'm gonna rotate it tiny bit, and I'm gonna import our first object. I'm gonna scale it down. I'm gonna go to mask and go with the circle mask. I'm gonna press shift to keep it as a perfect circle as it is and scale it a little bit up. Next step is that I'm gonna duplicate it by pressing and holding alt and dragging it up. I'm gonna go with the bottom layer right here, make it slightly bigger. So I'm gonna go with 28% right here, and I'm gonna go to adjustments. I'm gonna go to curves, and I'm gonna drag our curve just like this to add a little bit of stroke around our object. So I'm gonna select both our layers and press Alt G to make them into a compound clip and make sure that it is still behind our arrow. So the next thing that I'm actually gonna do is make our object right here, our product, follow the video, because as you can see, if I press play, the product actually keep moving along with our video. So to do that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select our layer right here. I'm gonna select all our keyframes by pressing and holding Control, and copy all the keyframes by pressing Control C, and I'm gonna uncompound this clip right here. So now that we've got rid of our animation, our camera animation, what I'm gonna do is reposition our product right here. I'm gonna make it smaller and drag it right here, and I'm gonna actually import our second object. So I'm gonna add another arrow right here, and I'm gonna press on the mirror effect right here. I'm gonna make it smaller, and I'm gonna rotate it. So that's what we are working with at the moment. Let's uncompound our clip right here. So I'm gonna select all our layers right here, including our base project, which is the background, the table, and our character. I'm gonna compound them at once, and I'm gonna make sure to go to the start of our video and press Ctrl V to paste our animation, our camera animation that we have done previously. So let's see what we're working with at the moment.
His father gave him a job at his general store, where all kinds of different goods were sold.
And if you want to actually add some animation to your arrows and your objects, what you're going to do is go back by pressing Ctrl Z and add an appearing animation. So let's do that with our arrow right here. What I'm going to do is select it, go to mask, mirror mask, and make it as small as possible, and drag it a little bit down. I'm gonna make sure I'm at the start of our frame. I'm gonna add the keyframe right here, go slightly forward, and make our mask as big as it can be. Now I'm gonna add some animation for our object, for our products. I'm gonna just select them and go to animation, and I'm gonna go with the zoom in animation for both our layers. Now that I've added all my animations, I'm gonna select again all our layers and press on create compound clip. So I'm gonna paste again our camera animations, and here is what we're working with at the moment.
His father gave him a job at his general store, where all kinds of different goods were sold.
So let's add our price tag animation right here. So I'm gonna slide it right here before our image zooms out. And I actually want it to slide from the left of our image, so I'm gonna select it and go to animation and click on slide right and increase the duration of our animation.
Goods were sold.
Next is that I'm gonna add some text, so I'm gonna click on the top left right here and drag in our default text, and I'm gonna go for a black color, and I'm gonna type in a $sign, and I'm gonna select it and make it into a compound clip. And to actually get this animation right here, this dollar animation, what I'm gonna do is select our dollar layer right here. I'm gonna go to mask, rectangle mask, and select this part right here. And I'm gonna add a position and size keyframe right here and move forward and drag it to the right of our video. Let's do the same with our mask. So I'm gonna add a keyframe right here. I'm gonna go forward and drag it right here. So let's see how it is looking.
But in this shop, prices were negotiable.
There you go. So I'm gonna add another text and type in our $2. And once again, I'm gonna make them into a compound clip. I'm gonna add a rectangle mask, and I'm gonna drag it to the left. I'm gonna add a keyframe, move forward, and drag it to the middle. I'm gonna do the same with the position. So I'm gonna add the keyframe on position and size. I'm gonna go forward and drag them right here. So let's see what we're working with at the moment.
But in this shop, prices were negotiable.
There you go.
And people often
And after actually adding some animation, some effects and some few tweaks, here's our final result.
His father gave him a job at his general store where all kinds of different goods were sold. But in this shop, prices were negotiable. And people often trade.
So there you go guys, that was it for our today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And again, thank you guys for the 1000 subscribers. And if you wanna actually get access to all our assets, don't forget to join our Discord, which you can find in the first link in the description. So yeah, thank you guys and see you on the next one.